Okay, welcome to this recent episode of the Dream Will Be Forum podcast, and I'm Tim, one of the main hosts, and Rogue's here in the background doing the technical side as always.
I'm Cal, and I'm here again.
I'm Broskey.
And I'm Seruphim.
Seruphim? Seruphim.
What?
Alright, so...
Anyway, I suppose first topic covered today then. Something Rogue won't approve of. The new Apple iPhone's been announced.
Oh yeah, I was reading about that.
I'm pretty excited about that. I think I'll probably actually get one for a change, if I can afford it.
I have the 3GS because it's a refurbished one, and that one's pretty good. But from what I read, this one's just supposed to be off the charts. Like, it's not even supposed to be near any other phones.
Yeah. Well, that's what Apple like to do with their sort of things. Like, that's what they do with the iPad 2 and stuff like that.
Yeah.
The other thing which apparently happened is that Apple have claimed that not only is the iPod Touch the most popular music player in the world, though apparently it's also the most popular portable game player in the world.
And that is very misleading. No, sorry to cut you off, Tim. Finish your thought.
No, that's fair. The important thing to notice with that is that they didn't actually follow it up with numbers. So there's not really much factual basis to that, but it is probably fair enough that there isn't a more popular portable gaming player out there.
Well,
honestly... Oh, I'm sorry.
You're fine. My thing is they're trying to compare two completely different... I wouldn't even call an iPhone a gaming system because its primary function is to send and receive telephone calls. They're trying to compare two things that simply shouldn't be compared. I used an example earlier of that's like saying that a pre-installed PC game is the most popular PC game in the world, or when the Wii's launched, saying that Wii Sports, because it came free, was the most popular game in the world. Just because it's there doesn't necessarily mean it should be titled that, to me anyway.
Well, Wii Sports was the best game in my opinion. I enjoyed that. Tennis was amazing.
Do you like hitting balls?
Oh yeah, I'm a big fan of that. You should know that.
I couldn't resist.
I've never been a fan of the Wii. I never liked it. I think it's just ridiculous, and I think that it's for 6-year-olds. That's just my opinion, though.
I play Wii. I have a Wii.
So do I.
And Zelda Skyward Sword is coming out, and it looks really good. Like, I'm excited for that game.
Yeah,
The last-
That's what she said. Pika. Link is pretty cool.
Yeah, always been a fan.
Yeah, that's me, don't mind me, I'll just sort of pass out over here. I also recall the animation that was done on Newgrounds of the whole Zelda adventures. I found that amusing. Anyone else seen that? No, we're not talking about the bloody Yeti.
That's a popular topic right now.
Cal, do you want to discuss this?
Yeah, I'll give a brief explanation. I won't take too long because I know we still have a limited time. But I'll read this small article. Scientists from several countries, including Russia and the United States, will gather in the region of Siberia to hunt down the Yeti, or also known as the abominable snowman, after alleged sightings of the legendary creatures increased threefold in the area over the past 20 years and just recently. Scientists from Russia, the United States, Canada, Sweden, Estonia, Mongolia, and China were invited to evaluate evidence of creatures. And there are little things that pop out. For example, they found footprints that are over 35 centimeters long, which I find interesting. Anyway, this is in Mexico, so I hope they find it. I think it would be cool. What are your guys' thoughts on the major issue going on in the world right now with the abominable snowman?
I think that it's a pretty good idea, actually, to try and find it, because a lot of people are interested in it. And I, for one, think that everybody in this call right now, especially someone who's not talking, is definitely interested in it the most.
Well, sorry if I just dozed off for a bit there. We done?
The Yeti is important business, Tim. It could be in your backyard right now. You wouldn't know.
We're gonna have a weekly Yeti report, just so
Carving it out with my
everyone
dog.
status every Wednesday.
We need to keep our members safe.
I don't think Bigfoot is a threat to people.
He could get. You've seen these commercials where they go and mess with him, and then he goes crazy.
Yeah, the beef jerky commercials.
Yeah.
Oh, you Americans with your crazy ads and stuff. Just crazy, all of you.
Don't be jealous.
No, but you guys should be jealous of me. Last night I got to go see The Lion King in its new 3D edition, and it was amazing.
You know, they had that there, and I didn't want to go see it because I couldn't stand the original Lion King.
What?
Really?
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the Lion King.
Why not?
I don't like the movie. I don't know how it makes sense, and I don't know. Doesn't make any sense to me.
We're gonna have to have a talk with you after this is over.
This is a very serious conversation.
I honestly thought that Alice in Wonderland made more sense than that movie did.
The looking glass.
Saying a lot.
Alice in Wonderland didn't show at that time. Well, I first saw Lion King when I was like 5 years old. That was a big part of my childhood.
Oh, well. I'm sorry if I crushed some of your childhood dreams.
I heard they have more 3D releases planned for the Disney movies.
Well, yeah, because they've gone through and they've done remakes of quite a few of them and stuff so far. So it seems to be a trend which they're going with. And I'm a big Disney fan, so.
Me too.
Well, what should be our next topic be?
Probably the DBZ news. Annie Nation has told us that the Dragon Ball Z is now being dubbed, and it's apparently about to be aired in Russia, which is just, as we've talked about on every episode, further proof of the popularity of the anime.
Yeah, I read that, and I thought it was great that even in that far away of a country that they're still watching it and still enjoy it enough to where they would dub it in completely different language.
Exactly.
Yeah, Russia's a big place. They seem like the sort of people that would like Dragon Ball Z. Vodka and Super Saiyans, that sounds like a good combination.
Yeah, they'd be like a Arnold Schwarzenegger, but a little tougher. But yeah, it'd be exciting to watch. I'd probably just watch it just to see how the voices turn out. But
I think that'd be interesting.
yeah, hear him screaming at Frieza in Russian and then just going Super Saiyan. Be pretty interesting.
No, I think I will be watching part of this. Well, then something which a few people here would be interested in is that the new series of Hunter x Hunter had its first episode show on Sunday.
Wait, which show?
Hunter x Hunter.
Oh, okay.
And it was amazing, if you ask me.
Yeah. I thought they did a fantastic job on the remake of it. But the animation was really crisp and clean. It just looked really good.
And also, a problem that they had in the original series is that it starts out kind of slow, which turns away a lot of people. It even turned away me at first. But the first episode of the reboot, which, like Tim said, just aired the other day, it was really, I mean, maybe it's because I've already watched it, but I wasn't as bored as I was if I'd have been watching the original episode. Do you know what I mean, Tim?
Yeah, I get what you mean. Like in the first showings of it, it took a bit to get into the story. It covered a lot of the in-depth stuff, which wasn't necessarily as important to moving the story on. It also had a bit of filler and stuff like that, which wasn't really needed. This time around, they've cut a lot of that out, and even though they've kept a few things out which I think they shouldn't necessarily have done so, I'm hoping that they'll just fill it back in later.
Yep. I'm excited about the next episode already. So if anyone's looking for a new anime, it's on crunchyroll.com, which you can get a 14-day free trial, and you can watch it an hour after it airs in Japan. So you get to see it pretty quick after it's released too.
Does it have the English subs for it?
No, this it's only being made in Japan right now. The reboot, so it's
But in my opinion, subs are better than dubs.
especially with I do agree with that with Hunter x Hunter. I have different anime where I like sub and dub, but I do prefer sub with Hunter x Hunter, especially for the OVAs. It was really good there too. The old school.
Yeah,
And
well, the voice actors for Hunter x Hunter, I think they're good.
Well, I know that Rogue doesn't like it, but I watched the second series of Sekirei in Japanese with the English subs, and I have to say it was a lot better than just hearing their voices.
Yeah, exactly. It makes such a difference.
Yeah. It's because then it's like actual, how everybody else would hear it. You're just reading it. And after a while, for me, it's like just reading it, you could hear it in your head. And I thought that was a lot better. All right, well, I guess we should move on to the next topic.
Next.
So,
What do we want to cover next, shall we?
Well, this isn't really a topic, but I'll go ahead and say it. If anybody listening is really into slice of life anime, I watched a series that's only 13 episodes yesterday. I watched the entire thing because I had the day off, and it was amazing. It's called School Days. It had an unbelievable ending. It had great character development. It's a recent anime, so the art's obviously flawless. School Days, great slice of life anime. If anyone's interested, just throw that out there.
I've always seen that, and I was meaning to watch it, but I didn't know if it was good or not.
Yeah, it's becoming very popular, especially on Crunchyroll. It's in the top 5 most watched slice of life anime, which is why I even checked it out. And it actually hooks you on the first episode, which a lot of anime failed to do. And like I said, it's only 12 or 13 episodes long. So
I've been watching a lot of anime on Netflix lately, and they've had some pretty good ones on there so far.
True.
Don't have that.
So, what is the next topic?
Hmm. Well,
Yeah, topics. I just sort of zoned out for a little bit there, but tired.
Becca wants a shout out, but we're not going to give it to her because we're just mean.
She doesn't deserve it anyway.
Ooh. Well, Rebel has a question. Why is Tim naked?
My
Are you
question back
naked
to
right now, Tim?
is how would he know that?
Tim is naked?
No, not really.
How are you not really naked?
This.
Anyways, next question before you get shut down. So there's a website that when I get finished with all my schoolwork, I go and check out. It's called gizmag.com. What it does is show like all the newest kind of technologies and stuff. And they just recently broke the land speed record of an electric vehicle by going 115 miles an hour. And it's completely electric. There's no kind of gas or anything. And it's pretty cool, I thought.
That's pretty nice, yeah. I remember reading in a science magazine about a solar-powered boat. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, I thought it was kind of cool. And, you know, it wasn't one of those weird-looking kind of like box cars. It actually had a nice design on it, too. Well...
I feel like I make an apology for my previous comments.
I guess I just got asked the question if I would want to be a radio talk show host. Well, I've never really given it any kind of thought.
What do you want to do then?
Well, my dad owns a business, and I'd always wanted to kind of follow in his steps, so...
So you'd take over it?
I kind of want to be a more independent where I could just... where I could do my own kind of thing, but me and my dad have had a rough relationship in the past, so that's why I kind of want to be on my independent.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Entrepreneur. I like that word, entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Sort of rolls off the tongue.
Be a salesman or something. Thought that'd be kind of cool.
Oh yeah, well, I work in retail, that's kind of fun. You do too, don't you?
Yeah. Well.
Rhymes with manure. What? Just sort of randomly reading out comments from IRC that doesn't make any sense to anyone who's just listening to this. just to ruin the entire thing.
So, what do you guys got planned for fall? I mean, it's coming up. I don't know if New Zealand celebrates Halloween or not. I really have no idea. So what's going on with that?
What's coming up?
Halloween?
Oh, yeah, I thought you said something else. Like, I was like, what's Hall?
Autumn.
Now, we do Halloween.
Yeah, I was going to go trick-or-treating just because I can, but haven't really come across a good costume yet. I do have one in mind, though, if anybody's curious to know.
Oh, very.
It's, to be completely honest, I wanted to be Ryu from Street Fighter, because that's totally unexpected for me. Who would have even thought that?
Oh, I've never been trick-or-treating. One of the few things I haven't done. I've gone to like Halloween parties though.
Trick or treating
Oh,
is the
wait.
best fun, man.
Actually, Cal stole my costume, and I was going to be the Dark Magician girl, but I couldn't be.
Oh, can't have two of those going around.
Question from Rebel X: have you ever watched The Seeker? Question back at you first. Do you mean The Legend of the Seeker, or is it thinking of a different show?
Ooh, I could be the Dark Magician. Even better.
So doesn't the Dark Magician and the Dark Magician girl sort of get together, sort of thing?
Oh, they're
Absolutely.
cards, really. I mean,
No. The point was they weren't cards; that they were actually sort of sealed away monsters. Do you not watch the show at all?
Yeah, they Egyptian pharaohs fought
I'm
each
too
other.
busy looking at hot bodies instead of
Oh,
paying attention to plot.
Did you, Jen? Have you seen Legend of the Seeker?
No, what is it? I was
Um,
talking about Yu-Gi-Oh.
No. Yeah, but that was what Rebel X mentioned, and that is a show I have actually watched in the past, and it is very good. Depends on what you think is good. Well, I thought it was pretty good. Also, do a quick Google search for Craig Horner. Image search, Jen.
Image search what?
Craig Horner.
am I the
don't-
only one that knows the opening to the Fresh Prince song, or does anybody else know it?
I do too, but I'm not singing it.
Yeah, that's my point too.
Unless Evan's singing it with me, that's the only way that's happening.
Kind of tempted to now.
I don't rap well. It's not a good look for me.
Hello, Craig. There's a lot of shirtless pictures on here.
Yeah, that was sort of the plot for the TV series, I believe.
Just him shirtless, that's the plot.
Yeah, pretty much. He's got a pretty good body.
Alright, so new subject.
No, I was quite happy with this subject. I think Jen was as well, weren't you?
Oh
What?
yeah. Isn't there like a new Minecraft beta coming out? Like 1.9 or something?
I
I haven't played in forever, so I wouldn't know. But
I haven't got a release date for it. I believe they want to actually do the full Minecraft release, I think, for I think it's November the 13th or something like that.
yeah.
It was mentioned somewhere because I think they want to time it for the convention thing, the Minecon thing, which they're doing.
Mm.
I think it's interesting to think that it's going to be finally released completely.
Animal breeding. That sounds pretty nifty.
Well, yeah, I've seen a couple of the pre-release videos done by the Yogscast, and they were pretty good, though it seems the breeding can quite quickly get out of hand. They had a sort of pen, sort of fenced area for some sheep, and they started with 2 sheep, and they ended with quite a few sheep.
Can you crossbreed? Create some chimeras or something?
No, they did talk about that, but no, it doesn't seem that's going to really happen.
Well, I don't know if anybody else is interested in this, but on the subject of games, with all the new hits coming out, I got Gears of War 3, and I have to say it's great. I don't know if anybody... That and I think there's Modern Warfare 3 coming out. There's Battlefield, I think.
Oh, I've heard a lot of things about Battlefield.
I was never a big fan of Battlefield, so I can't really say that I'm expecting great things from it. Oh yeah, and there's Skyrim.
Yes.
And
Skyrim makes me want to buy a PC.
Yeah.
But I've got nowhere to put a PC, even if I had one.
And the new Dragon Ball Z game coming out, where you can make your own characters in it.
Really?
I'm pretty excited for that.
Huh.
Seemed pretty cool to me.
Some more forum news that I think we forgot to mention. This was actually, it's apparently about to pass because we just got another vote. We're going to have Parliament re-elections for the Parliament section. Those will be coming up apparently sooner than the usual 6 months.
Yeah.
So that's something for the whole forum to be watching out for. I'm sure Rogue or Tim or both will be making announcements about that pretty soon. So that's another thing.
Rogue can do it. I'm lazy. I've got pictures to look at of important things to do and stuff.
I don't know if you guys are going to make fun of me for this, but I have no idea what Parliament is. I really don't.
As in relation to the forum or in general?
Well, yeah, I know what Parliament is in, like, government, but not in the forums.
Well, it's basically the same thing, except for running the forum. If that makes sense.
Okay, I guess that makes more sense now.
And so basically the same way you get elected into it. It's based roughly more on the UK Parliament structure rather than as a federal government stuff.
It's how this whole podcast got started, was because of Parliament.
Exactly, yeah.
I guess
I forgot about that.
kind of hence the name Parliament, huh?
Yeah, there's usually a link to that sort of thing.
Yeah, I guess I just don't think sometimes.
Yeah, it's good to think of. Is anyone here following the World Cup?
I am actually a big fan of soccer.
That's unfortunate that it's the Rugby World Cup then, doesn't it?
Yeah. Wait, there isn't?
Pardon?
Wait, when's the World Cup?
The Rugby World Cup is on right now. They're just about to get into the quarterfinals this weekend.
It is? What?
Yes.
No. I've been a Germany fan ever since I can remember. Even though I live in the United States.
American football. Don't know anything about soccer.
I'm talking about rugby.
Oh, we're talking about rugby. Okay, that makes more sense.
Don't know anything about that either.
Yeah, neither do I.
You're talking about Germany. Germany aren't even in...
So we were talking about like the more important World Cup that comes around every 4 years.
Oh.
No, the Rugby World Cup also comes around every 4 years and is also very important.
Very.
Well, speaking of the real football, I know that the only person I'm really going to get any kind of talking out of with this is Cal, so who do you think is going to come out with some wins this week?
Oh, well, for anyone that follows American football, the story of the league is definitely the Detroit Lions, who the past decade hasn't had but maybe one or two winning seasons, and they are one of two out of 30.
Oh, there he goes.
No.
Anyway, it's definitely the Lions that is team to watch now. What do you think?
Are definitely a good team this year. They've really picked it up, and I mean, it's embarrassing because I'm a Chiefs fan, but how they just had their way with us, that was just embarrassing.
The Chiefs got their first win Sunday against the Vikings, though, so at least that's something to smile about, I guess.
Yeah, and what made it even better was that the Vikings are my dad's favorite team, so I rubbed that in his face all day. But yeah, that was, and we're playing the Colts this upcoming Sunday, and I'm really hoping that they can come out a win against them.
They could, definitely. The Colts haven't won a game yet, and without Peyton Manning, they're just a broken down squad.
Yeah, they're
I know nothing
nothing
about
man.
this.
Speaking of sports, though, does anybody follow basketball? Because I know I do.
Well, there's a lockout going on, so might not be much following this season.
That's the thing. It's like all I do is wait for every year for the basketball season, and then with this not having one, I'm a little frustrated by that.
True. Kobe Bryant is talking about going to a Europe.
Because he's talking about a European league, which I did hear about.
Next topic.
Moving on. And now for something completely different.
Yeah. So what do y'all think of neutrinos?
Of
Is that
what?
how you
Oh.
say it? I don't know if that's how you say it, but
Say it
Yeah.
again.
Ask the question again.
what do y'all think of neutrinos? The particles that are faster than the speed of light.
Oh, that is. We don't have enough time for me to explain my thoughts on this on a podcast.
Yeah. Yeah.
All in
that's-
This is something that engineer would enjoy so much.
All in all, though, I'll keep it very brief. If these lab results are correct and confirmed, which has already been tested over 6,000 times, and if they're confirmed by every lab in the world, then it's so many things are going to change. The theory of relativity that we all learned in the 4th and 5th grade, everything that Einstein taught us, will pretty much be mute because the theory of relativity revolves around the fact, apparently, that nothing can exceed the speed of light. But if these particles...
You got
Go
to
ahead.
taught weird stuff.
And what's even kind of cooler about this is that we've been learning about this stuff. I have an Earth and Space Science class, and basically what we've been talking about is if you can harness this and move faster than the speed of light, since we're still in the Big Bang effect, if you can go faster, you would end up outside of the Big Bang effect, and you could turn around and see it happening. Which I thought was
Exactly. It is a way to time travel. And it'll take a while for us to harness it, even if the tests come back for humans. But for data, it could be almost immediately possible to send waves. So we could send data in the future. That is just something amazing if these tests hold up.
It really is. It's crazy to think.
This is a question though. When did they prove that they traveled quicker?
Oh, I got a link for you. I made a topic about it in the deep discussion. I'll throw it in the IRC.
Like the Yeti.
links.
Let me find it. It is somewhere. I know I made a topic.
I found it on Wikipedia. It's still good.
This is definitely something to look into for pretty much anyone. This is just amazing stuff.
Yeah, it's really interesting. Even if you don't like science, it's just like it's crazy
I
to
like
think.
science.
How can you not like science?
True, very true.
Just as an interesting point, Becca's comment from IRC just now was science is boring, move it along.
And that's why you don't get a shout out. Oh,
Speaking
Whoa.
of time traveling, though, Doctor Who had the season finisher this past weekend, I believe, season 6.
that's
What's
what that
up?
show was about?
What?
I didn't know that that's what that show was about.
The time and relative dimensions in space, and it can travel between worlds and times. Like, I love it.
That's pretty cool.
I'm behind with Doctor Who. I feel horrible about it, but I've only seen about the first 4 or 5 episodes of the current new season. Season 7, I guess it is, or Season 6, Part 2, whatever they're calling it. There was... do you remember the episode on the silence?
The what?
The silence.
Yeah, I'm in the middle of season 6 now, so yeah, I know about that.
You have seen that episode?
I don't think I've seen that one. I don't know.
Okay, then we'll save that discussion for another time, but the story for it's just phenomenal.
Like, I know what they are, I just...
Well, but me discussing it would ruin it. Spoilers.
Don't say that. I don't like River.
Spoilers. Oh, she annoys me so much.
Oh my god. No, strangle her.
Quick, let's all look at the end of Doctor Who and let's all tell Jen about it.
Shut up!
No, I haven't seen the end either. But no. That's not good.
I don't like the new writer for the 6th season, or 5th and 6th season.
Really?
Yeah, I don't like it.
Who is it now? It's not Martin T. Davies or whatever his name is it? It's someone else.
Yeah,
Russell T. I liked Russell T. Davies' things. He did a fantastic job. I do like the new stuff, though. There are some bits which I don't like quite as much, but there are others which I think are fantastic.
Ooh, that's a good link. Well, a good link. He posted a link in the IRC about India launching a new tablet that only costs $35, which would obviously be the cheapest tablet anyone's known of, and it doesn't have very good. Yeah, it's not very powerful. It's not a powerhouse or anything, but it obviously supports web browsing, and it has 2 USB ports. So that could be, if someone's looking for a cheap tablet, if they already have a laptop or something, just something for on the go for college, that's something to definitely look into.
I wouldn't think. It just seems like it wouldn't be able to perform to the same level that even a normal tablet would be able to.
It wouldn't. Well, its main uses would be web browsing, and it only has a 3-hour battery life, which is really horrible. But for $35, I would purchase it. I mean, especially whenever the iPads and stuff cost around $400 to $600 for a decent one. So,
sure, I see your point there. Just as a complete tangent here, does anyone else get involved in poke wars on Facebook? This bit goes back and forth, back and forth, back and forth for no reason.
Yes, and I hate those.
I've had a few of them, yes.
If you hate them, then why do you do them?
It kind of bothers me after a while because it says so and so poked you, and it's like, oh, I guess I have to poke him back. And then after that, it's just like a war.
You're an elitist ass or a mean person if you don't poke someone back after they poke you on Facebook.
I never poke anyone back.
You're mean.
Thank you.
Deleting from friends now.
Oh, how will I live?
Okay, I've now poked one person in this chat. And There we go. Poking a second person in this chat.
You're poking us?
Yes. Don't you like me poking you?
I only like it when Sal pokes me.
Ooh. Tim poking me. We're gonna start this.
Yep. You know, a lot of forums are actually making codes and getting codes to have a poke function on their forums. A lot of them are. A forum I was a part of actually had the suggestion come up. It was overwhelmingly denied, but the fact that it's coming up means I guess that Facebook may have started something with that.
Well, considering on these forums, if you basically get killed if you put a meme anywhere, so I don't think that we'll have a poke anytime soon.
And you can like posts on the forum.
That's broken for me right now. It's not working.
It's not?
Well, not for me. But I'm too lazy to actually check it.
I'll never really use it, I think. I do sometimes, but that's only when I think something's actually funny.
Fair enough.
I'm gonna go like all of Rogue's 25,000 posts.
Good luck with that.
That'll be a while.
Not to mention you can't view a lot of them. I
Yeah,
can.
Well, you have to like them for me then. All the ones I can't like, you have to like. Well.
Moving on, then an interesting link which has come up lately is back one to the Onion, which is broadly labelled as America's finest news source. What do you guys think of the Onion?
Oh, the Onion? The Onion's great. I love it. It's great news that makes me laugh all the time. Watch videos, read the articles, anytime I can.
I've never watched it, so I can't really comment.
No, well, there's a couple of interesting articles. Like this one here is about the new iPhone. I'll just read it out to you guys. During a highly anticipated media event held today at the Apple Corporation's field headquarters, CEO Tim Cook announced the new iPhone 4S is good and people should buy it. It's a good phone, said Cook, walking out onto a stage and gesturing at a picture of the device projected on a large screen behind him. It's got email, internet, and you can get apps on it. Everyone should get one. It's good. After standing in place for another 4 seconds without speaking, Cook walked off stage, at which point the house lights came up and all in attendance were asked to please file out of the auditorium. That's it. There's also another headline here saying, civilization to hold off on having any more kids for a while, just to see how we're doing. Let's see how we're doing in a few years. Humanity decides.
Oh, that's a good point. So, the new DBZF toolbar that came out, I went and downloaded it, and it's actually pretty helpful, I have to admit.
Yeah, I've been playing Hangman on it. Are you okay?
Is it approved for all browsers or for certain ones, or do we know? Or?
It should work on the majority of the mainstream ones.
I'll have to check that out then.
So is it Chrome, Firefox, and Internet Explorer, I believe, are the 3 main ones it would work for. I'd imagine it can still work on Safari.
Yeah, I use Google Chrome out of everything. I think it works the best.
Yeah, it works best for FTP stuff. I know that. Try running that on Safari and you're screwed. Anyway.
So back to the Yeti discussion.
Do we have any new info?
Is the Yeti here?
No, I think we've lost the Yeti. And with that, I believe we're going to call this episode to a close. Are there any questions, perhaps, from people who have been watching this or listening? I suppose is more accurate. Ask for see if anyone's got any questions. After that, we'll begin to finish this then.
What keep you up, Yeti? Just so you know, everybody.
Yeah, recent update. Apparently, they've spotted his dog. Apparently, the Yeti has a dog. Who knew?
Breaking news.
Yeah, breaking news, everyone. Stop the presses.
Well, does
Yeah.
anybody have any shout-outs we'd like to give out to people?
I'd like to give a shout out to Rogue for being so awesome and doing everything for the form in this podcast.
Yeah, I'll give a shout out to her too. I forgot her in my interview yesterday. I forgot a few people, but she was one. Sorry about that.
Did I get a shout out?
No.
You're here.
Yes, Jim, I'll give you a shout out for always being so nice and listening to me. So do you, Jen.
Aw. I love you.
Cal, I'm gonna cry in a corner now. That just ruined my day.
Sorry.
Cry.
Oh, and I want to give a shout out to all my bros on the DBZF, especially Dan Rich. He's my best bro.
Well, while we're doing shout outs, then I believe I'll give some to a couple of my mates on the forum as well. Vinny Vici, or Becca as she's known. Also, of course, to Rogue and Engineer and all of them. And of course, the people that are actually in this call. Does it count as a shout out if I'm actually talking to you?
I think so.
In that case, you can all have shout outs from me. Hi, guys.
Alright, so does that wrap everything up?
Yep, so thanks everyone for listening. We'll be back again this time next week.
Alright.
Peace.
Have a good week.
Bye.
Have a good week, everybody.
Cal, cry.
No.
Cry now.
Do
Cry.
what you have to.
I shall get elite another way.
Vetoed. Veto. I'm pretty sure I can veto it anyway. Should I do it anyway? Screw the rules, I have money.
Oh, I love the Kaiba references.
Yeah, so, we're not very good at finishing this up, so I guess just goodbye, everyone.
Yeah.
Alright, bye everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
I'll give you strength.